So the four-time U.S. House of Representative and the three-time U.S. Senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, was found dead at the age of 71 from an unknown illness. So even though Lindsey Graham chose a life of public service in America, I'm going to choose not to speak so ill of the dead so close to their passing. But for those American soldiers and citizens that know Lindsey Graham, he is no stranger. We all know his support and policies and how much they were connected to a lot of war. So if you know, you know. But I like to talk about what happens to Graham's seat now that he won the primary and should have been facing off in November against the Democratic opponent, Andrew. Now, we must remember that this is a 6-year term. Yes, I said that. 6 years, if you did not know, for senators. That's why we can never get them out. By the time that they get in, if they're a good boy and they keep their donors happy and keep getting the money, it's almost impossible to get these incumbents out. But I digress. We need to get rid of Citizens United. Trump has already said on Meet the Press Sunday morning that he has an endorsement in mind. But let's be honest, the Trump endorsement does not really pack the punch it used to. In fact, he's done pretty well in Republican primaries last year or this year. But this year, he hasn't even won any national elections as far as his endorsements go. And those are only counting the endorsements that made it to the general elections. Trump did not say who the endorsement will be out of respect for Lindsey Graham. Really? No post about how he's glad that Lindsey Graham is dead. I digress. They're on the same team. Duh. South Carolina state law says the GOP governor, Henry McMaster, will be having to pick the interim seat holder for now. And he can go two basic routes, pick someone that can use this as a boost in their campaign, or take someone that will just hold the seat for now. I personally think he'll take option one, which will be picking Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette, who can use this to springboard her campaign against the Democrat during the general election. Other hopefuls are Nancy Mace, Mark Lynch, a businessman, and Joe Wilson, the representative who claims he's already spoken to Donald Trump and may actually be Donald Trump's endorsement. But as I mentioned, Lindsey Graham has already won his primary as the GOP nominee. So the way it works is South Carolina law states that they will have a period starting on July 21st, a filing period for people that want and are interested in running for Graham's seat to apply. This process will last for 1 week. On August 11th, the people of South Carolina will go vote, and if no candidate gets 50%, there will be a runoff election to see who wins the primary seat to face off against the Democratic nominee, Andrews, which is also a doctor, which could be a strike against her these days. So it appears that South Carolina is going to be a much more important state than originally expected. And we'll be watching who wins in August to become the GOP representative and face off again against Andrews. Please follow for more.